It started the day at Stevenson Lexus in Denver. My Nebula Gray GX550 Premium Plus, and got the cross rails so I can put a car top carrier on it. So we'll see how the project goes. All right, back in the shop. This wasn't very exciting, but a quick unboxing video here. Got two rails, little plastic caps that go over the end of the rails. Provided needed bolts and a big Allen wrench. When you go to grab one of these, make sure that you specify if you have the Premium, Premium Plus, or specifically the Overtrail. The Overtrail has a different part number and is also a bit more expensive. All right, I threw a piece of cardboard up on top of the car. I have some little plastic trim piece removal tools. I'm sure you could get by with a big screwdriver, but basically the first step is to get these little plastic trim pieces off of the rail. It just popped right out and exposes the two bolts that are going to secure the roof rails. Okay, when you take these off, there are actually 6 up there in case you get the larger rooftop carrier. What I bought is just the rails. We're only going to use 4. So make sure you take off the 4 that are closest to the front of the vehicle. And then A+ to Lexus for this, they give a little 4-package bag to put your trim piece in so they don't get scratched up and lost. I'll still manage to lose them, I'm sure, but at least when they're lost, they'll be in a nice plastic bag for whoever finds them. All right, from A+ on the little packaging thing with the bag to a C-. They say finger tighten the bolt on the front bar, but you know, you must have really tiny fingers to actually get any leverage in there to tighten that down. So I'm gonna go find a torque set to see if I can get that started. All right, so I found a T40 works pretty well, and you can see it's just gonna tighten this down. And we're gonna do that on both sides on the front, get it fairly tight, and then come back with their little tool to check the torque on it. All right, I don't think I've ever seen something like this in a kit. So this is their little torque wrench. So if you put enough pressure on the torque wrench bar that the wrench gets over to that other tab, they're saying that's enough torque. So looks like I've achieved that. I don't know if you can see that real well, but see how it's bending and flexing over to that tab? I guess that's tight enough. We'll go to the other side. All right, the last little bit is this trim piece that covers the end of the rail. It really just slides into place if you hold the front of it down and kind of clip it in. I think I'd be happier if it had a screw in it or something. I mean, this is the type of thing that flies off at 80 miles an hour on the highway. But I'm sure someone smarter than me figured that out, that it's not gonna fly off, but I'd put a screw in it or a clip on it. And I couldn't quite get enough pressure on it with one hand, so it does seat flush there. It just kind of pressure clips into place. But you know, maybe one little screw up there to hold it would be good, but hopefully it works. The Lexus dealer did provide a printed copy of the instructions, which I thought was very nice, very easy to follow. I had to laugh at this. It says to store the little trim pieces and the torque tool in your glove box. But for me, that would compete with a vast array of Subway napkins and sweeteners from Starbucks. So I think we're gonna leave these in the garage and assume we don't need to put them back on in a hurry. So the finished product, after getting the crossbars on, installed a Thule rack on top of it. Didn't really do any videos of putting the rack up there. It's really pretty simple. Just connects to the new bars with some clips that go through the bottom of the carrier and around the crossbars. So all in all, I think looking pretty good. Ready for our first road trip here. And I would say this is a very doable project for anybody with, just some very simple skills in terms of customizing your car. Really no tools involved. The Torx 40 helped get the crossbar on a little quicker, but yeah, have at it.